Assalamu alaikum 7th class. This is your science lecture. So open your books. As we were reading chapter number 3, the periodic table, in which we have learned that all things are made up of small particles that are called atoms. Atoms are made up of small tiny particles, subatomic particles like protons, neutrons and electrons. We have discussed about the structure of an atom, in which we have discussed that in the center nucleus is present that contains neutrons and protons. Protons are positive in nature and neutrons are neutral. They have no charge. Outside the nucleus, there are some subatomic particles that move around the nucleus. That particles are called electrons because they contain negative charge. This was the structure of an atom which we have discussed in previous lecture. Next we have studied about the history of an atom, in which we have learned and discussed about different scientists' work like John Dalton, who was born in 1766 and died in 1844. He worked on an atom and proved that all things are made up of small particles that are called atoms. Next, Joseph John Thomson, who was born in 1856 and died in 1940, he worked and he used cathode ray and proved that an atom is made up of small particles that are inactive in nature. He called these particles electron. Next scientist was Ernest Rutherford, who was born in 1871 and died in 1937. He did an experiment on the gold atom, gold field, and proved that some rays pass from the atom but some rays reflect back in the center, and he proved that there is a hard thing present in the center of an atom, and this is called nucleus. It is positive in nature. Next scientist was Niels Bohr, who was born in 1885 and died in 1962. He said that electrons are present in the atom and these electrons move around the nucleus in a particular path. These particular paths are called shells. He said that electrons move in their specific shell with their specific speed. So this was the history of an atom. Next we have learned about chemical symbols. All atoms or elements present in the periodic table have some special symbols. We represent these symbols with capital letters when it is single. When these symbols are pair of two, means it has two alphabet letters. We must represent these symbols with first capital letter and second small letter. Next we have learned about atomic number, in which atomic number is the number of protons present in the nucleus. As we know that protons numbers are equal to the electrons number, so we can say that atomic number is the number of electrons move around the nucleus. Mass number is equal to the number of protons and number of neutrons present in the nucleus. This is atomic number and mass number. This was our previous lecture. Today we are going to talk about the arrangement of electron. This is our today's topic, the arrangement of electrons. Students, to understand this topic, the arrangement of electrons, first of all we recall the concept of Niels Bohr and Rutherford. Rutherford said that some negative particles are present in the atom that moves around the nucleus, and Bohr did experiment and proved that electrons moves in a specific paths that are called shells. So this is from this concept we will learn about the arrangement of electrons. Students, as we know that there is a nucleus present in the center that contains protons that is positive in nature and neutrons that are neutral. Around the nucleus, electrons moves in a specific shells. So we will learn how the electrons arrange in these shells. For this, first of all, we will give these shells numbering. The shell that is close to the nucleus is called first shell, next second shell, and next third shell. So first shell contains maximum 2 electrons. Next second shell contains maximum 8 electrons, and third shell contains maximum 18 electrons. So only 2 electrons fill up the first shell, 8 electrons fill up the second shell, and 18 electrons fill up the third shell. So when we know the atomic number of an electron of an atom, we will start the filling of electrons in the shell, and we must start from the first shell. So let's see some examples. Helium is an element whose atomic number is 2. Atomic number is 2, it means it has 2 number of electrons and 2 number of protons. Protons 2, neutrons 2, and electrons 2. It means it contains only first shell, because first shell has 2 electrons and this element contains only 2 electrons that are filled up in first shell. So this is the complete element because 2 electrons are filled up in the first shell. Next element is neon. The atomic number of neon is 10. So let's start how the electrons are arranged in the shells. Proton numbers 10, neutron number 10, and electron numbers are also 10. This is the first shell that contains 2 electrons. 1, 2. 2 electrons are in first shell. Next, we have 10 electrons. It means 8 electrons are left. We will draw second shell. Second shell contains 8 electrons, maximum 8 electrons. And 8 electrons are left, so these 8 electrons are arranged in the second shell. Second shell contains 8 electrons. 2 electrons plus 8 electrons, 10 electrons are completed. So this is the arrangement of electrons in neon. Next example is magnesium. The atomic number of magnesium is 12. So let's see the arrangement of electrons in magnesium. Protons numbers 12, neutrons number 12, and electron numbers are also 12. First of all, we will draw first shell that contains 2 electrons. First shell contains 2 electrons. Next, we will draw second shell that contains maximum 8 electrons. 2 plus 8, 10 electrons. It means only 2 electrons are left. So next we will draw third shell that contains 2 electrons. 2 plus 8, 10 plus 2, 12. Our 12 electrons are completed. So this is the arrangement of electrons in magnesium. Yes, 7th class, this is the concept about the arrangement of electrons. I hope you will understand this. Next, we will understand it more by seeing the examples, more examples in the table. So let's see. First element is hydrogen. It is its symbol and its atomic number is 1. it means it has only one electron. In this we will draw only first shell that contains maximum 2 electrons, but it has only one electron that fill up in first shell. Next example is helium. We have done its atomic number is 2 number of electrons, and first of all we will draw first shell that contains 2 electrons, so it contains only 2 electrons that are fill up in first shell. Next element is lithium. The atomic number of lithium, the number of electrons in lithium is 3. First of all we will draw first shell that contains 2 electrons. Next we will draw second shell that contains 1 electron. 2 plus 1 3 electrons are fill up. Next element is beryllium, whose atomic number or number of electrons in beryllium are 4. We will draw first shell that contains 2 electrons, and next 2 electrons are fill up in the second shell. So this is the arrangement of electrons of beryllium. Boron has 5 electrons. We will draw first shell that contains 2 electrons and 3 electrons are fill up in the second shell. Carbon atom has 6 electrons. First 2 electrons in first shell and 4 electrons in second shell, because second shell contains maximum 8 electrons. Nitrogen has 7 electrons. First 2 are in first shell and next 5 are in second shell. Oxygen element has 8 electrons. First 2 are in first shell and next 6 are in second shell. Fluorine has 9 electrons. 2 are in first shell and next 7 in second shell. Neon has 10 electrons. First 2 in first shell and next 8 in second shell. So first shell is also completed and second shell is also completed. Next atom contains more electrons than 10. Then that atom contains third shells also. So this is the arrangement of electrons in the shells. I hope you will understand this. Our next topic is what are ions. So let's see what are ions. Students, this is the structure of an atom which we have discussed briefly. When these atoms take parts in chemical reactions, the electrons that are moving in the shells sometimes move from one atom to another atom. So one atom loses an electron and another atom gains an electron. Means electrons move from one atom to another atom. So during this ions are produced. When an atom loses or gains one or more electrons, it becomes ions. This is an atom. When this electrons moves from this atom to another atoms, it becomes ion. So what is ions? The species of an atom with positive or negative charge is called ions, and ions are only produced when atom loses an electron and gains an electron. Let's see some example. This is sodium atom. What is this? This is sodium atom. It loses its one electron. One electron is removed from sodium. So when an atom loses its electron, positive charge, it gains positive charge, because one electron that contains negative charge is removed from the atom. Thus it contains positive charge, because protons numbers and electron numbers are equal in an atom, but one electron is removed, so it has more proton numbers than electrons. It means it contains positive charge. So the atom that contains positive charge is called cation, because it is ion. It becomes ion. First sodium is atom, but when it loses an electron, it becomes ion. So ion that contains positive charge is called cation. Next, this is chlorine atom, because it has total number of that it contains all number of protons and electrons. But it has capacity, it has ability to gain more electrons. So one electrons comes towards the chlorine, it gains this electron. So this electrons from another atoms comes to the chlorine atom. So it's mean chlorine has more number of electrons than the proton. So negative charge comes on the electrons. Electron gains negative charge. So the atom that contains positive or negative charge becomes ion. It is converted into ion. So that ion that contains negative charge is called anion. So what is anion? The atom with negative charge is called anion, and the atom with positive charge is called cation. Yes, students, what are ions? Ions are the atoms when it loses or gains an electron, it becomes ions. So when atom gains an electron, it becomes negative in nature, and this negative ion is called anion. Like chlorine is an anion because it gains an electron. What are cations? When atom loses an electron, positive charge comes on that atom. So this is the ion with positive charge is called cation. So this is the difference between ions, cations, and ions, anions and cations. I hope you will understand this. Thank you.